behind.
So, the Tsuranga Conundrum. I am so surprised that I was able to remember how to pronounce that then. Who came up with that title? Well, for stupid I suppose, but still. I'm going to get straight into it and start talking about Junkyard Planet, which I think is really great looking. It looked very cinematic, and it was kind of reminiscent, I suppose, of the planet in The Doctor's Wife. I really like the way they separated Team TARDIS from the TARDIS. Obviously, to be a very good base under siege story, you can't have the TARDIS about, because then that kind of sort everything out in itself, sort of thing. You know what I mean? At least this hospital takes more precautions than the one in the TV movie. Some of the actors in this story are admittedly quite underused. That one who was in... what was he in? I've got to have a look now. He was in Derek, that's how I know him. Yeah, admittedly he was quite underused, and the same with that bloke who was in David Brent, Life on the Road. To be fair, I think he was in Derek as well, to be completely honest. But yeah, they were quite underused. Obviously in this story, just it being based on the siege and the way the setting was, there's a lot of things that could be kind of mirrored with Alien. The main one being just the kind of tension between humans and androids in the Alien universe, and the same kind of thing is going on here. I love the way pretty much everyone on that ship knew who the Doctor was, but the Doctor kept denying that she was the Doctor. Some of the comedy I actually really liked, namely the pregnant man. I know it's not needed in the story, it doesn't help develop the plot any further, but it's a nice little funny thing to have going on in the background. Is it needed? No. Should they have left it out? No. I don't think it's political correctness gone mad or whatever. I just think it's a little funny joke. I like the way they showed off towards the beginning that the Doctor isn't always right. Once again, Graham absolutely stood out as one of the best companions and one of probably the best characters in this story. Astos really didn't behave like a normal human being would. I mean, why would he... Who in their... Oh. I mean, who in their right mind would go into that pod when the Doctor has just told him that the other life pods have been jettisoned? Why would you then get in the one that is remaining? And once he's in, and once he knows he's going to die, that little speech was just so overdramatic and forced. I know a lot of people don't like the Pating purely because it doesn't look threatening. It didn't pose an amazing threat, and to that I say it's not meant to look threatening. When I was watching it, I saw an amazing juxtaposition that they managed to do of a creature that looks so harmless and cute and whatever, but then actually it's angry and it's hungry and it's fucking dangerous. That's a juxtaposition, but I think that's what they were going for, the idea that appearance isn't everything. I will admit the dialogue wasn't perfect. There's a lot of the Doctor just explaining after explaining after explaining, and it's not it's not completely needed. It kind of feels as if they're kind of treating the viewers as if we're idiots, when we clearly understand what's going on after being told once, let alone like 5 times. But in fairness, I didn't mind it. I think a lot of people are kind of blowing the whole dialogue thing out of proportion. I don't think it really matters, to be honest. It didn't get in the way of the actual story. To be honest, it's not that noticeable unless you're really thinking about it. For a split second, there was some previous villains on the little screen where they were sort of giving you information about the Pating. I think I saw a Zygon, I think I saw a Silent. The little conversation between Yaz and Ryan about Ryan's parents was very forced. It didn't feel needed, it didn't feel natural. But again, it's just one scene, I can get over it. It didn't really affect the rest of the story too much. Whether you do or don't like the idea of the Pating, or if you don't like the way it looks or whatever, you can't deny that the CGI on it was very, very good. And it's not just that either, the exterior shots were very good as well. And also, I haven't wrote down in my notes, I haven't written down in my notes, but the set design was very, very good as well. I genuinely did feel like I wasn't in a studio and I was actually on a space station. I thought all the little cool midwife stuff was really quite funny, actually. The way the Doctor got rid of the Pating, I think is really nice, because it keeps the whole story very, very individual, I guess. But once again, the villain did get away. The Pating wasn't exactly killed or whatever, it was just like it was thrown off into space. So once again, just like the other 4 stories, the villain has got away. Will they come back in the finale? We don't know. In all fairness, despite all its flaws, I really did enjoy the Tsuranga Conundrum. It did feel like a proper 1980s sci-fi story, which is good. I feel like this series, especially this episode and the Ghost Monument, have felt very much like classic stories but with a really good budget. Even to the point where, like at the end, when you've got the little sting, even when there's not a cliffhanger, I like it. It makes it feel really classic, and that's good. Anyway, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, leave it a like. Subscribe. Follow my social medias, and I'll see ya in my review of Demons of the Punjab. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe to the official Harry Davis YouTube channel.